Hello again, everybody. Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, the June the 24th, and very difficult day on Wall Street today. A thrust to the downside in the afternoon after making new highs. Those kind of a days usually lead to some more downside, although the futures aren't really off much at all tonight. We'll have to see what develops tomorrow, but if we do get a downside follow through today, we may see some ugliness. I want to be prepared for it. We didn't get a chance to go over at length the shorts this weekend, but let's take a look at the ones that I am currently looking at as setting up for more downside. Now, Barrett Business Services, BBSI, which got crushed here, taking out this entire uptrend and changing the trend. The moving average is crossing over. When the stock rallied back and consolidated and started to break down, we gave you a short at around 69. Within it's like 2.5 months, the stock traded all the way down to 42 roughly, and now a 1, 2, 3 wave corrective pullback, and now the beginning of a rollover. Now, if this whole pattern, which appears to be a big bear flag within the confines of a down channel, look at the declining 50. If this breaks down, you could see it roll and roll hard. And when you look at the confines of this pattern, it indicates to me that the possibilities are we could see the stock at 38 and then even 35 potentially. So keep an eye on this one. It's looking still negative, and the technicals didn't improve much at all when the stock tried to rally. CME, that's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. You can see what's cooking there. This stock came down hard, broke key support after forming a big bear wedge. Over the last 2 months, formed another one, a coil of rising bear wedge. And if this breaks down, and it came down $1.42 or 2% today, we could see that go into a fifth wave decline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. And what does that take us to? 62 range, another 8 points. CRE. Now, despite the fact that we loved CRE last year and it did great, after topping, double topping here and coming down and forming multiple bottoms, it finally cracked here with a breakaway gap to the downside. Now, the last several weeks, forming yet another bear flag. Do you see a common theme here? A lot of stocks are doing this. And when they did it up here, they all rolled over. This stock doesn't look like it's done yet, and in my opinion, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth wave down could take you to 39.40. Covance, CVD, broke hard in April, coming down from 106.5 to a low of 79 very quickly. This 1, 2, 3 wave corrected bear wedge, or rising bear wedge again, similar pattern, terrible technicals, declining pattern. Now, I'm not sure if this channel is too wide, but even if it just comes down to where it can conceivably drop, we can look at low 70s in this stock. First, a test of the spike low at 79, and then something around 71 or 2 could happen. Keep an eye on this one. DQ. Now, this is a Chinese semiconductor stock that's very thin, so you got to be careful. But again, a similar pattern where a broken top and a rising bear wedge or flag. In this case, a flag, I believe. If this is wave 1 and 2, then, or even if this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, fifth wave could take you down to 17. EGL, yet another one who broke the channel, or is about to, I should say, but it broke the top. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, maybe. But either way, this is a topping pattern with a breakdown, snap back to resistance, and now rolling over down 75 cents, almost 2% today. But you can see it's right on the line, and if that cracks, look for equidistant decline here that takes us down to about mid-30s, maybe even 32.3. Very similar again, ETHT. Big rising channel, forms a bear wedge, breaks down, tries to hold support, cracks that, and then another corrective bear flag. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave down. I'm looking for 27.8. ESI, we gave it this here around the 29 range. It's continued lower, getting into the 16.5 range. But if this breaks, we can see a retest of these lows back from 2013, early 2014, which could be around 12. General Nutrition Centers, GNC, it had a big drop. The high here was 761, and multiple waves down with bear flags, etc. Stock continues to drop. My projections could be for a test of this low down in here, around 31, maybe lower. Herbalife. I know we tried to short this one here. when it appeared to be coming near a a resistance level, and it kept working its way higher because of the arbitration battle that's going on in between the shorts and the longs. But if this is 1, 2, 3, and a long 4, a fifth could at least come down and maybe test the 48 range. INSY with the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and breakdown, that's another bear flag. Yes, I didn't want it to, I wanted to roll over right there and accelerate, but apparently it needed some time to develop this 1, 2, 3 wave corrective bear flag, which is failing at the declining red dotted line to 50, lateral price support, the neckline of the head and shoulders, and the declining topsline. Keeping that in mind, support is at 21.5, first target, second target, 15, 16. Wow, that could take a big hit. MDSO, beautiful up channel, broken and snapped back to, and then rolled over hard with a breakaway gap to the downside. This is yet another rising bear wedge, with key overhead resistance at the gap here at 44.40, and the declining top line of parallel nature here and there. We are looking at a breakdown and a rollover to the 28.5 zone at some point. And new skin, which I still maintain is a short, dropped $1.26, 1.7% today. This multi-week bear coil continues, and the last 2 days it's been down and right on that line. If we break that, I'm expecting a retest of this triple bottom here in the 67.5, followed by a drop into the high 50s. And lastly tonight is silicon, long rising trend, big breakaway gap to the downside, bear wedge here, and that's been broken. Notice the deterioration in this stock steadily nearly every day. Now a new 5-6 month lows. With this back gap here, I expect it to be filled, and a move down at 37 wouldn't surprise me. Even a further move down towards the low 30s or even 30 won't surprise me either. And there's a pretty good look at 14 bearish looking charts that you may be able to make some money on going forward should the market continue lower. These are very negative. Good night, everyone.